We've been in tears most days. This house has seen so much, so many generations, so much love, and of course it's my mum's house. That's the hardest thing.
We have moved out of our much beloved 1930s bungalow because of a lot of reasons. The first of which is the flooding. We are very prone to flooding here, and the house would not withstand another flood. There is subsidence, there's cracks in the walls, we lost all our carpets. It's just the work that would need to be done to the house to make it flood secure is not worth it when something we promised my grandmother we would do is rebuild the house altogether.
Our original vision was what you might call a nature house that rises up out of the beautiful trees. This is a wonderful, mature, beautiful garden that has been lovingly created and curated over many decades, and we want to preserve that as much as possible. And the idea is that the house rises up in amongst nature so that it fits with the surroundings. Also, because we're girls and we like clothes and things, we need more space. And we are going to have, both of us, walk-in wardrobes, which will be bliss, and a studio, because we're both into art and creating, paintings, mosaics, sewing, all that sort of thing, and a little studio for our voice work, recording work. This is the new wildflower, the new house, which we are absolutely thrilled with, which has been incredibly exciting and extremely stressful, but here it is, and we're in. As you can see, it's built up very high. Floods will happen, we know that, but we will be safe in our rooftop eyrie. And the house is clad in the most sustainable wood that you can get, which is Akoya wood. And then we've also gone for photovoltaic panels, which means that most of the electricity we're getting practically free.
So we strived to salvage as many of the old plants as possible. One of my favourite things about the new house is being so high. When you're in the bath, for example, and looking out at all the trees, it does really feel like being in a tree house, which is amazing.
It is a beautifully designed house, and I particularly love the angles in the house. So you can sit up here and you just see interesting corners and features everywhere. And I think one of the most beautiful things about this room is the light chimney, which floods this whole area with light, the living space and the kitchen and into the hall as well. And it's lovely to sit when it's raining and look up and see the rain falling, and sometimes we get birds sitting on it, and that's just wonderful.
The only thing I'd say that is the downside of living in a slightly more secluded area is that the community on the whole tends to be a bit more insular, a bit more small-minded. I'd say we're definitely in the minority, being more passionate about the environment and animal welfare. Our neighbours just, on the whole, think we're kind of weird, hippie vegans that, grow all their own stuff, and we've got noisy rescue dogs, that kind of thing, the sort of thing that sometimes neighbours complain about. But we still love it. It has lots of nostalgia, lots of very sentimental memories. I feel very connected to my ancestors here, and I don't think I could ever leave. Even if I may travel and live in other places throughout my life, I will always come back here. I'll always be rooted here. I've lost my place.